TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
I've had a pretty rough week as far as, sleeping and that sort of thing. So I'm ready to get this shit over with. I'll tell you that now.
Let's call it a day right now. I got to go to Pumpkin Patch today at 4.
Oh, you going to Pumpkin Patch for pictures with the baby?
Oh, yeah. We got to go buy a pumpkin so we can cut it out and sit him in it, and his legs will come through. It'll be cute.
Oh.
That is cute. I love that.
What about,
I love those videos.
Is it supposed to be raining today? I thought you said that earlier, Rick.
Well,
it was going to be raining all day.
I walked into the building and it was rain. I looked outside. It was raining. I said, "It's supposed to rain today." I had no idea.
It looks like it's clearing up in about 10 minutes, according to the weather.
It says sunshine at 4 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I'm going to change the way I am now, the way I look at things, when I have grandchildren, when I have little grandchildren. If I'm going to, like right now, thinking about having to go to a pumpkin patch today, I would be banging my head against the wall. And talking about it like I've already done my time in the penitentiary and now I'm out and I'm free and don't have to do those things anymore.
You won't.
But I enjoyed it when my kids were little.
I've never not enjoyed it with them.
Right. So, but since my kids have been, they're grown, and it's been so many years since we've done those types of things. I'm thinking now, like kids' birthday parties and things like that. But I know that whenever I have grandchildren, they're going to want to go to the pumpkin patch and stuff like that. And I hope that I'll be all into it and everything.
Watching my dad every day, I see him when he's with those kids. I go, that is not him.
Yeah.
That's not the dad I knew. But man, he comes alive.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to her soccer game every Saturday and wearing the team outfit and he's got the schools. He is so into. I'm like, who is that guy?
Mm-hmm, but
who is that guy?
That was the guy when you were too young to remember. That's what he was like.
Yeah.
But then after you got older and he's just like wanting to slap you and your brothers in your head all the time.
Wore him down.
Yeah, he's trying to get away from you.
Yep.
Because y'all were assholes.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of little assholes running around.
Have y'all ever seen that clip of Adam Sandler talking about his dad coming to school? He said his dad in his entire life only came to his school one time. He was talking about how he has to go to these things to support his kids, and he goes to all their activities and tries to be there because you got to be a dad. You got to be at everything. He goes, my dad came to school one time. He said, 10th grade, I'm in class, taking a test. I look up when the door opens, and he's standing there staring at me. And I look at her, he goes, where'd you put the rake? I hung it back on the nail. He goes, did you? So if you did, I wouldn't be here. He goes, I'll take care of it when I get home, Dad. I'm taking a test. You'll take care of it now.
That's the dad,
Only time he ever went to school for anything that his son was involved in. Yeah.
But once you get in this stage of parenthood, because every parent has stages with their kids. You got the stage when they're babies and toddlers, and then the next phase starts when they're elementary school age in kindergarten through 5th grade, 6th grade, and then they go to middle school, and that's a different outlook on things, and you act differently towards them during that, and you have a different relationship with them when they get into high school. I mean, all still close and loving and everything, but they're just different.
Yeah.
So then once they get up into when I've changed those phases, there are a few times when I look and I'll see old videos or pictures and stuff and then think, man, I wish I could go back to that phase, because that was so enjoyable when they were little and I was still skinny and looked good.
Okay.
But again, that's more about me than it is about them.
Yeah.
If I could go back to what I was back then, would be the positive thing. I don't care where they are.
Right.
It's the way I look at it. But I guess, though, it just makes sense that when they have kids, then I'll go back to the to the stage of where I'm used to and looking forward to being around little kids all the time.
Yeah, but I think it's not going back to that stage. I think it's a very different stage. Because I think as a grandparent, you'll be in a totally different state. Well, you will look forward to those things, but you look at them all very differently now because you don't have to take care of them all the time. Yeah. So you're probably excitement level even more excited to go see them and do these things because it's not it's not woven into the fiber of your day every day. You'll be super excited to see them every time.
Riggins, your parents, did they whoop y'all? Did your dad whoop you growing up?
No.
Y'all didn't get whipped?
He was used his voice.
Yeah.
And it was so terrifying. That's the only thing I can equate it to.
Okay. But do they not believe in spanking kids? And
I don't
stuff
know.
like
I've
that?
never asked them. I don't know if they pop them.
That's always a thing, or should the grandparents, if they've got the kids, spank them if they need it? You know what I mean? Yeah. My grandparents would never.
Mine either.
Never, ever. But they would tell my mama when she came to pick us up that we had done something. Only if it was something that was dangerous. If we did something that was dangerous and they think we needed to learn a lesson about that, they would tell my mom we'd get in trouble. But if we were just acting up and getting on their nerves and being shitheads, they would still always go, no, they were great. They're little angels. Yeah. They wouldn't get us in trouble. But if it was something serious where we could have gotten hurt, that's when they would rat us out.
Riggins, did your parents spank your brothers?
I don't think so. Well, I don't know that. I don't know.
Well, I only bring it up because I didn't really get spankings, but I know my brother and sister did.
Really?
Yeah. Well, there's a 9-year difference between me and my brother, and my sister's older than him. So, I mean, by that time they didn't have it in them anymore.
Yeah. You wouldn't unlock your door and let them in your room, so they wouldn't know where you were to spank you.
I always think about Gwen too. Gwen, who used to work on the show, talking about having 2 older sisters. By the time they got to her, she said that her oldest sister will tell you it's not even in the same ballpark. The way they treated Gwen, what she got away with, compared to what the firstborn got away with.
Yeah, they're just tired.
Yeah, I guess somewhere in there, when you've got more than 2, things get radically different for the youngest.
I mean, I could see that if you have a 9-year-old and then all of a sudden you have a baby, how the baby would be treated differently.
Yeah, you have a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old than a baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
And the 13-year-old's just a pain in the ass.
Your sister was bad?
Yeah. She was a bad kid.
Is she a bad adult? Is she bad now?
No, she's
naughty. I'm just kidding.
No.
How bad is your sister?
Yeah, but I'm gonna beat the shit out of my grandkids. That's what I'm getting at. I mean,
you gotta lay down the law, man.
Whip that ass.
That's the long and the short of it.
I'm with Riggins. I don't think my grandparents ever had a bad report about my acting up or anything to my mom or dad. It was all everything was. He was perfect as normal.
You know what I did notice though, that the disciplinarian roles changed. When I was a kid, my dad was the tough one. My mom. Now with the grandkids, my dad lets the kids get away with it, and my mom's the disciplinarian.
Yeah.
Because the littlest one got out of his crib the other night when he was staying there. And my dad was talking to me. He goes, will you please stay in your bed tonight? When you go to bed, are you going to please stay in your bed? And my mom goes, no, there's no please. You will stay in your bed tonight. And I went, who is this? Who is she? It's kind of weird.
What would your brother and sister-in-law say if they found out your mom spanked one of their kids?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I can't imagine they'd be thrilled about it, but
I feel like
I don't.
If Jody's parents, because they used to come and keep the kids when they were little if we had to go on radio trips and stuff like that. If they had to spank one of my kids and they told us about it, I'd be good. Yeah. I used to tell them, if they get out of line, you can spank them.
Because them. They're not like looking to hit somebody. So you can kind of trust their
I know it would have had to have been bad. Yeah. And I know if my parents had spanked me, my mom and dad would have been like, oh, well, he probably deserved it. He probably deserved it long before you gave it to him.
Yeah.
And I also think, like, if it was your brother with your parents, he probably wouldn't care as much as his wife would.
Yeah.
Because it's not her parents doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say if your let's say Kevin, your middle brother, if his mother-in-law spanked his kids, he'd be taking them down.
Yeah,
His father-in-law, it's like,
I don't know what their style is, but I can't imagine he would love that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
That's funny though to hear your dad. Will you please?
Yeah, will you please stay in your bed tonight? Yeah. There's no please. You will stay in your bed. I love that. Yeah, they don't know how good they got it because when my dad was mad, it was terrifying.
So he hasn't rolled the tongue on him yet and pulled that hand back.
I've heard about times where he got frustrated and the one kid wasn't eating his chicken nuggets or something. I don't remember, but he got way too angry and had to like walk out of that house. But I was like, I know him. I know that guy.
I wonder how much stuff they go through. Like all grandparents and will go through these moments where, because times have changed, and especially I would think now with all of the the full on the softening of society and the liberal society and all that they say, can you believe that Kevin and Peanut don't yell at their kids, and they say that yelling at them is just as bad as abusing them.
Yeah. Well, and I try to be conscious of it because the other night when I was there, my niece is 9 now or 8, and I was flipping around and I put on the Disney Channel and it was the Addams Family cartoon thing. And I said, "Are you allowed to watch this?" Because I don't know. My cousins weren't allowed to watch Rugrats when they were kids
because they were disrespectful.
Yeah. So I said, "Are you allowed to watch this?" She goes, "Yeah, it's a kid show." I said, "Okay, but there's like no bad language or like no nudity. I don't have to like work." She goes, "No, we can watch this." I went, "Okay, I'm just double checking because I don't want to feel the wrath from my brother. Like, well, I don't know what the rules are."
Why'd you turn on Caillou?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like it's something bizarre, but I know that those things exist. People are sensitive about that.
It's on Disney, huh?
I guess. I think. Yeah, I don't know. She was like, "Yeah, Uncle B, yeah, we can watch it." Shut up.
Yeah, she may have been lying too. Kids are lying about shit.
They will lie about that. You got to watch that.
My mama lets me eat as many Starbursts as I want right before dinner.
Is that right?
That's what they'll come up with. Aiden had a little friend up the street, and the same exact age, and they're still friends now, which is pretty cool. But his mama didn't let him have candy and stuff. Well, he comes down to our house for hours at a time, and who's the opposite in my house of not having candy? My wife.
Y'all got candy everywhere.
Yeah. And we'd go looking for him, and he would be shut up in the pantry, just tearing that candy up.
God.
Yeah.
My mama said I could have it, but you shouldn't ask her. Don't ask her about it.
Yeah, but Jody knew. Jody knew because she's friends with his mom that he wasn't allowed to have candy. She said, "Sam, your mom is going to be so mad at me for you." He said, "No, my mom says it's okay now."
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Okay, get out.
Don't you want
get
Sam
out of the pantry? Go back upstairs."
Don't you want them? Look at it. I don't give a shit. This is so good.
It's like
I never get this. I've eaten all of this shit. Leave me alone.
It's almost like before he came over, Jody would need to take all of her candy and put it in the gun safe.
Neogenics presents the Extra Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ Show. Click on acetj.com.
More of the Extra Funny Podcast is coming up on Ace TJ TV. Today on Ace TJ TV, it's Friday. Watch the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show live from 6 to 9 Eastern, or watch anytime on demand after 9 with the latest week in review available as its own Ace TJ TV feed after the show. Then, it's Extra Funny live at 9 Eastern and available anytime on demand after 10. Ace TJ Prime Plus members, today, it's a new edition of The Old Stuff, Ace and TJ Blast from the Past. It's Ace TJ TV, available at acetj.com, the Ace and TJ app, or at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Ace TJ Show.
There's never been a better time to order Calitrin to help you lose weight. It's scientifically proven to do so. The prices are great right now, and they even have payment plans. So you need to check on all of that at acetj.com/weight loss. Order it today. It's Calitrin. Hey, let's talk about pain for just a second. If you've been told that you have a torn rotator cuff, or your knee is bone to bone, or you need a hip replacement, that's going to be the only option that you have, or some sort of a bulging disc in your low back, and you're looking for an alternative to surgery with no medications and no downtime. Well, these are specific reasons why so many people have turned to our friends at Neogenics. The professionals, the doctors at Neogenics have life-changing stem cell therapy waiting for you.
We're talking about getting rid of that nagging pain without surgery, without downtime. And the best part about it is they've got a 90% success rate because they do things the right way every day. And it all starts with a realistic assessment of whether or not they believe they can help you. Here's what you do. You get a free consultation right now. Just call 704-727-6551, 704-727-6551, or go to acetj.com/neogenics. That's acetj.com/neogenics, where all you have to lose is pain.
Hey, if you like the regular Ace and TJ show that you've heard for so many years, it's a classic. It's wonderful. Yes, but you're absolutely going to love the Extra Funny podcast. It's live at 9 Eastern every weekday, wherever you get podcasts, and you can download it after that on demand, whether it's on your phone or any other delicious device that you have. So you can see it, you can hear it, you can be it. It's the Extra Funny podcast, weekdays starting at 9. When it's time for you to upgrade any of the furniture in your house, the first thing you need to do is check out Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. You're going to love the people that run Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. Go to acetj.com/mattress and find them.
More than just a little funny. More than just average funny. This is Extra Funny. It's the Extra Funny podcast from the Ace and TJ Show.
Hold on a minute. This, spooky season. It's football season. It's smooth ball season. That's my favorite, the most important one, smooth ball season. Manscaped has what every man needs when it comes to keeping himself smooth and staying that way all the time. It is the Performance Package 4.0. And we talk about Manscaped products all the time, and it's because we were customers of Manscaped way before they started using us as their top celebrity spokespeople. That's a fact. And I've just gotten to the point where if you open my my cabinet in the bathroom, it just looks like a Manscaped store because of all the different products. But I think Rob has me beat on stuff from Manscaped. He's got so much stuff. But in the Performance Package 4.0, it's perfect, especially if you're just getting started with the Manscaped products, because it has the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer with skin-safe technology. That's the main thing, and that's what they became known for, is the skin-safe technology on the trimmer. And as they've grown, they've gotten all these other great products. So in the Performance Package 4.0, you also get the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance Boxer briefs, and a travel bag. So it's all in there, and you can keep up with it in a nice little tight package, and keep it tight up in there. Boxer briefs are so luxurious. It's like putting on butter draws. That's how soft and smooth they are. It's almost like it should be illegal how they feel when they're up against your skin, these things. Oof.
Sensual.
So you save a lot. You get a great deal right now. 20% off and free shipping when you order from manscaped.com with the code ACETJ. ACETJ is the code, manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. from Manscaped. And then you can go ahead and get that now, put it back for a Christmas gift, even though we're not supposed to be talking about it Christmas yet. Yeah. But don't wait until the last minute. You know, I always do that. I'll go, Lainey, you got any ideas of something I can get Mom for Christmas? And she'll go, well, it's Christmas Eve, Dad.
Yeah.
I say, well, we can have it delivered from Amazon same day, right? So that's when I end up having to go to like a truck stop or something like that.
I will never forget. I went to pick up a gift one time. It was the day before. It was I think it was the Christmas Eve, the 23rd. And the jewelry store was packed with guys. Not giving a damn. What have you got? Show me what you got. Here's the money I have to spend. Show me a couple options. Well, you like necklace, bracelet, ring? What have you got? I don't care. Just show me something.
But, you know, in those cases
hilarious.
where they're having to just go, I'll take what you got and all that, I could understand losing a few points for waiting until the last minute and all. But if you know what you're going to get the woman, you just don't go get it until, you know, a few days before Christmas. Why do you then get ridiculed for waiting until the last minute?
I do not understand because Amanda said there are times that I've gone to do things last minute before. Same situation though, always knowing what I'm going to do. But I'll go pick it up like the day before. She's, oh, so this is where you went yesterday?
Yeah.
What is it? I clearly put thought into it. I clearly I knew what I was doing because I got you something that you like. Why does it matter whether I got it 3 weeks ago or yesterday? Who cares? I don't know.
Because I think one time it wasn't Christmas Eve, but I think it was Eve.
Yeah.
And that's when I ran into Riggins in the mall.
Oh yeah.
Because I knew I was going to get Jody a purse in the fancy mall. I knew what I was getting her and everything. I just needed to be able to break away. And I got up early that morning and went too early because I thought the mall opened at 9, which the mall did. But that store, the old fancy store, didn't open until like 10 or 10:30 or something. So I was just, you know, that's why when I saw him, I was like, yeah, I got time to walk around.
It's 8 a.m.
He was like, great. Great. We're going to walk together now. Super.
Damn. And then I'm thinking, how am I going to explain being gone this long?
Yeah.
You know, I was planning on picking it up and being back before the family actually really got up and moving.
There's no higher concentration of like jackasses than a mall at 8 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve or the day before. Are you just like, it's guys that are just kind of looking around like, what have I done? I've really boofed this year.
Yeah. What can I find and how fast can I get there?
Nobody knows what they're doing. It's like chickens with their heads cut off.
Yeah, they really don't. It's going to the store and they do a lot of this. You know, she's about this tall.
Yeah.
You know.
See, I never had much of a problem, you know, when it came to buying clothes and things like that for Jody. I've always pretty much known her sizes and what kind of stuff she likes. But it's just, I run out of ideas.
Yeah.
You know, everybody talks about how hard I am to buy for, and I like black T-shirts. You know,
Can't go wrong.
Pretty easy to get that. But you know, Jody doesn't talk about all the time things that she wants, which makes it a little harder. She'll never go, you know what, I would love that, or this is really cool, or anything like that. And then for the most part, it used to be that if she wanted something, she would just get it. You know, and I'm not talking about like coming home with a new car or anything like that, but she's out all the time and socializing during the day with her other housewife friends, and they would go to boutiques and things just to have something to do. But she would always tell me, I mean, it can be like, my birthday is September 16th, and let's say August 3rd, I come home with a new shirt or something. She'd be like, well, that's great, buying stuff right before your birthday. I'm like, well, my birthday is a month and a half away, so what is that? But if I said that to her, she'd be like, you wouldn't get me this.
All right. Yeah.
But I'm always good with plain T-shirts. I love like plain colored T-shirts.
Sure.
And kitchen things, cooking things. As long as they're not unitaskers.
I was about to say.
Yeah, and then she would go, well, there you go. I mean, who in the hell? I mean, who? What do you mean? That's what I mean. You're so picky about everything. Well, no, I just don't want things in the kitchen that only do one job. Like you can only use them for one thing. Takes up room, and like those chopper things.
It's not a
that you hit the
multitasker.
thing,
You
yeah.
don't want it.
Right. And I mean, I can chop vegetables faster and better than one of those slap, Pampered Chef things.
Yeah.
And that takes up a lot of room in the drawer and all of that.
I love a unitasker.
Yeah.
You got a ton of them.
Mm-hmm. I got that ground beef when he was talking about the other day. It changed my life.
What ground beef
It looks
unitasker?
like a little propeller blade.
Yeah.
It's just on a straight handle, and when you're browning ground beef, you chop it up with that thing. The blades don't move. It's just what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like a fan, and you just press it down, and instead of getting a spatula and chopping it and flipping it as you go.
It's too hard to do with the spatula. I just can't get it to work.
And those things are all over the internet. People using those things.
My niece sent me a link one time. She goes, "This is a game changer," and I was like, "You're right. It is." As soon as I got it, I love this.
You can get two of them, from Amazon. A pack of two for $12 or something. I should have just split it.
I got that OXO brand, OXO.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting there thinking, why would you need two of
Right.
these? I mean, how often are you using them?
I'm grounding beef all the time.
Now, you know what I can't ever have enough of in my kitchen? Tongs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shrimp and stuff on the internets.
Does it have a long handle? Has it got a long
What, the-
handle and it's black? On the looks like a boat propeller kind of?
Yeah.
All right.
You talking about the burger thing?
I'm ordering one.
Yeah, you need to get one.
It's sick.
It's like $5.60 or something.
Your life's going to be changed
Why
for
you
the
need
better.
it?
We're gonna do ground beef or something.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do it without that thing.
Don't listen to
Isn't
him.
it-
Don't listen to him, Ace. You do. You
Rob
do
said
you.
it's a game changer.
I
You
love
said it was fantastic.
I didn't. I said that I didn't.
Oh, you
it's
don't want
It's a
one.
unitasker, and I can do the same thing with a spatula
Yeah.
that I can use for other things. But yeah, people use them all over the internet. It's a big thing.
Hey, live your truth, Ace.
Check it out and see. I might invest the $5.60.
Yeah, I mean, if you're browning ground beef and you leave it in big chunks and all, you probably could use that.
Yeah, I do pretty decent with it. But
Yeah.
I doubt
It
that.
made me feel like I got something. Made me feel like I got something special.
Yeah.
It's like I could do it with a spatula, or I've got a tool now for that.
Now we can bond over this, Ace.
No, we can't, Rob.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. More of the extra funny podcast in 3 minutes. It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. More of the extra funny podcast in 3 minutes.
Coming up tomorrow on Ace TJ TV. It's the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show, live starting at 6 Eastern, then available on demand anytime once done after 9. This is Ace TJ TV.
Sweet dreams of mattress and furniture. Sweet dreams of mattress and furniture. I can relax, sleep, chill, 'cause of all the sweet deals, yeah.
This stylish modern sofa is only $7.99 and it's in stock and ready to rock. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Hey, let's talk about pain for just a second. If you've been told that you have a torn rotator cuff or your knee is bone to bone or you need a hip replacement, that's going to be the only option. that you have, or some sort of a bulging disc in your low back, and you're looking for an alternative to surgery with no medications and no downtime, well, these are specific reasons why so many people have turned to our friends at Neogenics. The professionals, the doctors at Neogenics have life-changing stem cell therapy waiting for you.
We're talking about getting rid of that nagging pain without surgery, without downtime. And the best part about it is they've got a 90% success rate because they do things the right way every day. And it all starts with a realistic assessment of whether or not they believe they can help you. Here's what you do. You get a free consultation right now. Just call 704-727-6551, 704-727-6551, or go to acetj.com/neogenics. That's acetj.com/neogenics, where all you have to lose is pain.
Hey, it's Ace from the Ace and TJ Show, and I'm out here at beautiful Northstone Country Club in Huntersville, North Carolina. Just getting ready, getting some practice in for the Ace and TJ Jet Fitness 24/7 Golf Tournament. It happens Monday, November 13th, and it's all to benefit our charity, Peyton's Promise. Look, it's a day off from work. It's one round of golf for a great charity, and in the process, you're going to have a great time. In addition to golf, we've got the long drive competition. We've got putting for Peyton, so give me 1 second here. Well, I can't win anyway. You see why I need to practice. Go to acetj.com/golf to get signed up. It's acetj.com/golf. We need you. Peyton's Promise needs you. And your one round of golf could change somebody's life forever. acetj.com/golf for the Ace and TJ Jet Fitness 24/7 Golf Tournament, Monday, November 13th.
This is the only time Ace and TJ are proud to be a little bit extra. It's the Extra Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ Show.
I thought we were done.
No.
I hate to always, point out when, I told you so moments.
Yeah, you really hate that.
But, I said a long time ago that the television comedy is over pretty much. The sitcoms,
Yeah.
And just, I think this may have just hit yesterday, this article where they did an interview with James Burrows. Y'all know who that is, James Burrows?
Writer, show creator.
Writer, director, show creator, producer of Cheers, Will and Grace, Friends.
It's a lot of
Frasier, yeah, all of those. Like he's probably from the 90s through the 2000s, he was the best, most successful sitcom creator and producer. And in this interview, he says basically he's not sure whether sitcoms even have a future. Whoa. He said, when I started out in the 70s, there were 3 networks and 30 great comedy writers. Now we have 500 networks and 30 great comedy writers. The product is not going to be as good. He said, it's unfortunate, but anybody with an iPhone can make a show. And that's what we're dealing with now. I don't know if sitcoms are ever going to be back. I really don't. And part of that, he doesn't say this, but I think part of it as well is that they have to be so politically correct and everything that that takes away from comedy, because most of the time, if comedy is good, then it is, taking a shot at something that somebody is going to find offensive. And when you have to write the whole thing so nobody finds anything offensive, then it's not going to be as funny. So,
What was the last great TV comedy?
I think Modern Family.
Yeah, I would agree.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's relatively new. I mean, that survived the streaming,
It's how long has it been off though? Like, has it been off more than 5 years? Could it be inducted into the Hall of Fame yet? Been retired for 5 years?
No, it ended in April 8th of 2020, so it's been 3 years.
Yeah, but it also had the the jokes that were so funny and all, it was part of the genius part about it, is that when they did make jokes that would be considered offensive to certain quote unquote marginalized groups, they were made by the characters who were members of the marginalized group. Like, Cam and Mitchell, being a gay couple, made all kinds of stereotypical jokes about gays, but it was coming from them, so it wasn't deemed harsh. But now when you turn and you look at these shows that are on network TV that are like supposedly the funniest shows, and you try to watch them, they're not funny at all.
Do you think, is there any of it because Modern Family started in 2009 that it almost got grandfathered in over the course of the last 10 years?
Yeah, I think a lot of that
because it already had established itself before that big swing came. That it already it kind of gets, for lack of a better term, grandfathered in. So it's still considered the last great comedy, even though it really is a 2009, 2010 thing more than a 2020 thing.
Because you think about, I think one of the best comedies of all time, I put it right up there with Seinfeld and All in the Family and all of those, is Everybody Loves Raymond. I mean, that was a really, really funny show. But, I mean, how long has it been off the air?
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
King of Queens, kind of the same way. But I think Modern Family is the most recent, really solid comedy.
Wow. Everybody Loves Raymond has been off the air almost 20 years, 18 years.
Crazy.
When did The Office go off?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
that's
The
a good one.
Office.
But that
yeah.
was out before Modern Family.
Modern Family's for sure.
And, maybe those funny shows, they've got a new life, second life on streaming platforms. So I don't know. I sympathize part of it. And it's like, but also you got a lot of Bob Loves Abishola. You got a lot of,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. There's a lot of crap out there.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and that's
as
what
it-
he's saying. These shows are out there that aren't funny.
Yeah. The Office went off 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem that way because it's on Comedy Central every night. It's on 3 networks every night. It's crazy.
Yeah. But that would suck, like, just to not have funny shows. That's not good. Not good.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I mean, you look at if you watch any late night talk shows, they used to be built around being funny.
Yeah.
The whole thing was funny, but they're not anymore. They're not funny. Jimmy Kimmel used to be really funny, and now he's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Just terrible.
That's why they said the writers went on strike. Well, how many people was that?
But it also, that statement kind of reeks of like a baby boomer complaint, like anybody can make a funny show with their iPhone now. It's like, well, not really. I mean, there are certain things that go into making a great comedy show that can't be duplicated by even the funniest TikTok. It's just not the same. It's different content.
But he's right. I mean, even stand-up, now that you have access to so much stand-up comedians, the goal used to be get a TV show. That was where the big money was. Now they don't have to worry about getting a TV show because they can do their own. They can just do their stand-up, put it out on Netflix, and just keep doing that. And it's a faster path to bigger success than getting a television show.
And I find very few stand-up comics funny anymore. Even a lot of the big name ones, I'll try to watch their Netflix specials and everything, and it's just not funny to me. Bill Burr is really funny to me. I like him. And one of the reasons why is because he's edgy and he makes politically incorrect jokes.
I think Nate Bargatze is really funny, and there's nothing dirty about it at all. It's all in pace and delivery, the way he does it. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah. I can't watch Polish people.
Okay.
Polish?
Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. But you see, that was funny because it was offensive.
Right.
And that is a Polish name, right? Bargatze.
Bargatze.
Okay, well, then that may be Italian then. Even worse.
Adam doesn't list.
See that?
Funny.
You got to hurt people's feelings to be funny.
Oh,
That's the rule.
It's from Liechtenstein.
That's the rule.
Liechtenstein.
That's where it says the name's most widely used.
I
So
pulled my Liechtenstein.
Nate Bargatze, the nicest man in stand-up. Oh.
I bet he ain't funnier than Sinbad.
Well, you're talking about cream of the crop there when you bring up Sinbad.
damn, Brian Regan's also a clean comedian.
Yeah.
You didn't bring up his name.
I like him.
Who?
Brian Regan.
He's
Oh,
funny.
yeah, I remember him.
I like him. I don't know. It seems like to me that the comedians nowadays, all they do is, ride around in cars getting coffee. Everyone, that's all I ever see. Now, I thought that Norm Macdonald was funny.
Yeah, he's real funny.
Mm-hmm. I think he died, though.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Some people say that. Some people say he died. But I go back now and watch Friends sometimes, and I don't know whether it's because I've seen them so many times or what, but I don't find Friends as funny as I did when it was new.
No, I've tried. I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't.
but I don't find it not entertaining.
I still,
I do.
I still can enjoy it.
Yeah, I can't.
I
watch it
can't
anymore.
at all.
I still like I most of the time won't stop on Friends if I'm looking for something and it's on TBS or whatever it's on. But I still like Seinfeld.
Yeah. I started rewatching Seinfeld on Netflix from the beginning a while back. I haven't made it very far, but I still enjoy. And you can see it took them about a year or two to really figure it out, but it still got really funny parts in it.
Well, okay. What's the Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I need
Does
to go
that
back and
count
watch that.
as a sitcom?
I don't know. I don't really know exactly.
What else would it
It's
be?
funny.
is a sitcom?
It's funny.
What else would it be though?
I don't know.
Well, because a lot of it is unscripted, but I
Yeah.
think technically it would be considered a situational comedy. Did y'all know that's what SIT stands for?
Yeah.
Did y'all know that?
I'd heard that.
SIT stands for, it's short for situational.
Hold on, let me write that down.
But yeah, it's funny. But then again, why is it funny? It's because it's edgy and politically incorrect.
We'll make a show. Dang.
Hey,
Sounds like you got all the answers.
No,
Yeah.
all I can do is criticize, brother. That's all you need.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.